Taylor, and I'm very, very, very happy to be here this evening with the words of Jay-Z, who happens to be a favorite artist of one of my sons. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you are here with me and with everyone else. So I do want to thank you for coming. It's a very, very, very auspicious occasion. I had a supervisor at work that used to tell us all the time that nobody knows the name of the people who put the lines on the highways and the roadways and things of that nature. But we would be in a sad state of affairs if they didn't go to work one morning. But tonight we're going to get the opportunity to learn some of those names of the individuals who have put the lines on the highways, who have put the lines in society, where they have good deeds and good actions. So I'm just going to ask everyone, we had a tremendous response, if you can just bear with us. I know it's tight, but personally, I like tight. I like it when it's cold. So I'm going to turn the program over to Ms. Valerie Morrison, who is the chair of the 2nd District President Democrats of America. You want to give her a round of applause.
Good evening. It's so good to be here with all of you. And like Janet said, I'm Valerie Morrison. I'm the 2nd District Chair, and that comprises most of Virginia Beach. But it's great to be here in Richmond with all of you. PDA, Progressive Democrats of America. We're an activist organization. We're an activist wing of the Democratic Party. We do a lot of lobbying on the Hill. We support single-payer health care. Into the war. We favor taking the funds from the war and redistributing to domestic issues here at home, such as education and our roads and our infrastructure. And it is our pleasure to be here with each one of you tonight. We're touring the South. First of all, we're going around Virginia. And then after that, we're going to be going down into North Carolina, Georgia, and so forth to honor grassroots activists, just like the people that we're going to honor tonight. These are the people who roll up their sleeves and do the work that's necessary right here in the community. And some of them come up to D.C., some of them, well, we're in Richmond, in the capital, and they lobby here too. Like I said, I represent the 2nd District. Our state coordinator is Andrea Miller, and Andrea has done great work here in this area and in D.C. She's in D.C. lobbying on your behalf at least once a month, if not more. She's up there fighting for working class families and children constantly. And with that, I would like to introduce Andrea Miller.
Thank you, Valerie, and thank you everyone who has come out tonight to join us in honoring and celebrating our civil rights and social justice leaders. As Valerie said, I am the co-chair of Progressive Democrats of America in Virginia, and we're going to be here tonight talking about the 21st century civil rights agenda, which happens to be jobs, justice, and peace. So it's really simple. We learned a lot from One Nation working together that people need jobs, we need to work, we need justice in housing, in health care, in education, and we need peace. Not only the end to war peace, but we need the end of domestic violence and lasting peace. That's right. Now, in working toward his goal of world peace, we had 2 of the PDA advisory board members that we were expecting here tonight, Congressman John Conyers and Reverend Walter Fauntleroy. Reverend Walter Fauntleroy has been in the Middle East, and he is now in Africa. He is stuck in Khartoum. With the explosion of additional violence in Africa and the Middle East, it has been impossible for him to get out of Africa. he cannot get out. He is hoping that he will be able to be back in the U.S. on Sunday, where he convened a meeting in Washington, D.C. We're not exactly certain he's going to be able to make that either. So again, we are honoring all the activists here. And I'd like you to remember Reverend Fauntleroy in your prayers. He is traveling basically alone in Africa, and we are now looking at major uprisings potentially throughout the Middle East and in Africa. So we really want to offer up a prayer for Reverend Fauntleroy that he is able to return here safely. Reverend Fauntleroy was also going to be representing Conyers Ride. So when we don't have Reverend Fauntleroy and found out so late, I was not able to make other arrangements for Representative Conyers. So I do apologize on their behalf. They send their regrets. But we do have Congressman Bobby Scott, who was kind enough to join us. So we have the local. All right? We got somebody you can vote for. So I know that people are getting hungry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring our host, Reverend Rodney Hunter, up, and he is going to do our invocation so that we can have our prayer before our meal. Reverend Hunter.
Good evening. Let's bow for prayer. Most holy and gracious Lord, we give special thanks to you for this opportunity for us to gather together from all segments of society to first give honor and praise to you for blessing us, giving us leaders, and giving us a mind to do that which is just for all humankind. Lord, as we gather this night to give thanks and appreciation to so many who labor so hard, and some, oh God, who are unrecognized, we like to every once in a while just give recognition to those who labor in your vineyard. And now, Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to celebrate. We thank you for the food that has been prepared. Bless us and strengthen us. As you strengthen us with this bounty of your creation, keep us mindful of so many who have nothing tonight. So many, Lord, who need our strength to be a blessing to them. So strengthen us, Lord, for your service to others. Bless us in this gathering tonight, that as we share and celebrate, we'll move out into our communities and throughout the world to do that which brings healing and wholeness to all your people. Thank you, Lord, for this great occasion. To you we give all honor and praise. In Jesus Christ our Lord, we pray, world without end. Let all of God's people say amen and amen. I think we will proceed to